Hi everybody, my name is Michelle Childs. I am the founder of BizMums and Business Plus Babies. And one of the main issues I find that mums running businesses have is getting organised and planning, especially if you have little ones at home with you when you have very small pockets of time to get things done. This is really important. So I've put this video together to be able to help you, and some tools as well that you can use to get super organised, so you know exactly what you need to do and exactly when you're going to do it. Because this is so important. When you hold all this stuff up in your head, you've got a million things that you want to get done, you get frustrated because you can't do them as quick as you want to, you're not moving towards your goals as fast as you would like to, and you think it's because you just can't get anything done. You get you know, stressed, and you just, oh, it's just horrible. So this can really help with that, because it's all about getting those things out of your head and onto paper, and planning exactly when you're going to do them, so you can then forget about them, because it's fine. You're going to do it, you know when you're going to do it, and that's okay. And you can just carry on then, and you've got a plan in place. So with the summer holidays fast approaching as well, this is even more important, because those of you who've got children in school are going to be at home a lot more. So those pockets of time are really going to become quite small. So it's all about when you can work. So the first thing that we're going to talk about is a brain dump. So sit down and write down everything that you've got to do, or everything that you want to do, and that's a really high priority over the next couple of weeks. Get it all out of your head, everything that you can think of. So sit there, try if you can, if your little ones are having a sleep and you've got some quiet time. So for me now, I've got Izzy in nursery and I've got Poppy upstairs who's having a sleep. So this would be a great time for me to do it. It doesn't happen very often in my house, but there's no one else here apart from me. And it's totally quiet, listen. Apart from the whir of my computer. This is a rare moment. Because what happens in my house is I have a 6-year-old, a 2-year-old and an 8-month-old who will wake up at around 6, half 6 when my partner goes to work. So there's no quiet time for me then unless I get up at 5 o'clock in the morning. And then chaos until Mondays and Wednesdays when Izzy's at nursery, and I get an hour when Poppy has a sleep. And then at 2 or 3 o'clock my partner comes home from work and Sky Sport News comes on, Harrison comes home from school, and blah blah, until about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and by that time I'm zonked and I'm ready for bed. So it's hard to find that time to just have some peace, have some quiet time, have some thinking time to think straight. But how I get around that sometimes is I go out to do an errand in the car, and I will sit in the car in a lay-by and have some thinking time. Or I will go and sit in the garden when they're all inside, or I will send them out in the garden and I'm inside. So those are ways I try and get around that. And it's important, because otherwise for me, I do get really stressed if I've got all this noise going on around me and I've got all this stuff in my head that I need to do, and then I snap, and I don't want to be that person. So I am aware of that now, and I make sure that I get that little bit of time for me. I've actually started going on bike rides as well, just for fitness obviously, but as well so that I can have that thinking time. So try and figure out when you can fit that thinking time in, but make sure you try and get some done the next day or so you can get all this stuff out of your head. So get an A4 sheet of paper, which is what I'm going to be doing after I've done this video. So sit there and just write. So it could be that you've got a bill to pay, it could be that you've got a project to sort, an email to reply to, follow up with somebody, plan something, whatever it is, when you're in, you know, when you're having a shower and that thing pops in your head, when you're driving along and your thing pops in your head, and you're like lying there and think, oh no, I haven't done that. Write it all down, get it out your head, get it on paper. And then the next thing is to take, think about, so you've got your weekly task planner here. So you can have one of these for, I would do one for the whole holidays now. This is what I'm going to do. So you've got here, we've just had these designed, they're really fancy and lovely. You could change it, you can have your holiday task planner. So you could, or your weekly if you're doing it on a weekly basis. So you've got here have to, need to, and like to. So the difference between the three, and this is where you take all your list here, or you could just put it, if you're doing a big one, you could just put it by, so you could put a 1 for a have to, a 2 for a need to, and a 3 for a like to. Because the have to ones are the important ones. So the have tos are things like paying bills that are overdue. Have tos are things like client work that you've got a deadline for, which is coming up, so that's really important that you get that done. Replying to an email about somebody who wants to make a booking with you, that's a have to, because if you don't do that, you're going to lose that booking. Those are like critical things that you have to do. Things that you need to do. So things that you need to do, you might need to schedule your social media. You might need to plan a course that you're running. You might need to look at some new networking events. So these are you know, important stuff that you need to get done. But if they don't get done that week or immediately, there's not going to be any implications to that. It's just going to prolong you doing it. Whereas with the have tos, if you don't do that, it's critical that something might happen. So if you don't pay that bill, you're going to get in trouble. If you don't reply to that client, you might lose them. So they've got strong implications. The need tos, if you don't do it, it's not going to have a massive knock-on effect, but it's important that you get it done. The like tos are nice things. So, you know, this week I might like to go on my bike 3 times. I might like to make a plan about my social media, or I might like to do my marketing plan, or I might like to make an appointment to go and get my hair done. These are all things that are important, but they're things that I might like to do. If I don't do them, it's no big deal. But those are all the things that you can put on there too as well, because eventually they will move up. You can then take your planners. So I've got a couple of different ones. So I'm going to print out later my school holiday planner, but there's also a weekly planner as well. So if you're looking at for the school holidays, you could use the school holiday one, or if you're looking at the weekly one, just as a general one, you can use a weekly one. So what we've got in here is we've got the days of the week, and I'm going to print off 6 of these, so I've got 6. And then I can then plan in, well 7 actually, 7 weeks holiday we've got coming up. I can plan for each week. So I can take my have tos and I can plan in when I have to do stuff by. So we've got a new website launching as soon as the holidays come back. So I know I've got a lot of have tos to get done for that. So I've got training and planning and workbooks and stuff that I have to do. So I'll plan back from the 1st of September and think, right, I need to have this program done by then, I need to have this done by then, I need to have that done by then, blah, 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 and plan backwards. And plan it in when I'm going to do it. First of all though, before I do that actually, I will block out my time. So I will block out, and sometimes I use highlighters. Let's see if I've got one that I've highlighted in here. This is my folder where I keep them all. I will highlight, no, not on these ones, but I will highlight time that I've got work time. So I might use a pink highlighter. I can find one here. So I know that on a Monday morning, so this is like pre-breakfast. So if you get up early before the kids, breakfast time, and then this time here, I know that I've got Izzy in nursery and Harrison is going to be going to football club all that day. So on a Monday morning, I know I've got some free time because I've only got Poppy here, but she will have a sleep. So that's my really focused work time. The same on a Wednesday, so I can highlight that off. It might be that on a Saturday that week, Tim hasn't got football, so he's able to look after the children that afternoon. I'll highlight that, and that will be my pockets of work time that I've got. I'll get really clear on when those are going to be. I can also then plan in days out and things that we've got going on, so I'm clear on when those are as well. And so by doing that, it gives me a really clear view of where I can fit in the have to, the need to, and the like to tasks. My evenings are always free for working, so I can highlight those for working, and then I'll just plan into it these tasks. So this is great, it works really well because now I know when I come on Monday morning exactly what I need to do in that time. I won't sit there and think, oh great, okay, let's just make a coffee, check my Facebook, check my emails, what is it that I need to do? And then before I know it, half an hour has gone past, Poppy's about to wake up, Izzy needs picking up from nursery, and that time is gone, and then I'll drive into the nursery thinking, oh, I needed to do this and I haven't done it. When am I going to do it? Now I'm stressed. I'll know exactly what I need to do. But similarly, what can happen is that morning, for example, Poppy might not want to go for a sleep. She might decide that she's cutting some more teeth, she wants mummy, I can't do the things that I wanted to do. But I'll know, so I'll be able to think, right, okay, I wasn't able to do that this morning, but it's important, so I need to switch out something that I was going to do this evening and put that back till next week perhaps, and do that thing then. And I won't forget about it, I'll be able to plan around it. So that's really, and I find that really, really helpful. And it means that I don't forget to do things, which quite often I can do. So that's really good. I've also got this school holiday planner, which is for me and Harrison to do. So if you've got older children, this is quite a good one. He's 6 now, so he likes doing these. So it's got morning, midday, afternoon, and then we've got Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, all the days. And what I'll do is I'll sit down with him at the start of the week and we will plan what we're going to do. So on Monday he might be at football club, so that's fine, we can blank that out. On Tuesday he might have a friend come into play, so we can write that in. On Wednesday he'll be at football club again, or we might not go that week. It might be that we'll go swimming when Izzy's in nursery, because it's tricky taking 3 children swimming, so he's just learned to swim, so we'll do things like that. We might be meeting up with friends, we might have a barbecue or a party or whatever it is that we've got going on. I can stick that up in our kitchen, and I find this quite useful for getting a bit of buy-in off him. So if in the morning I need to just answer a few emails before we're going out and just perhaps do 10 minutes of work, I can say to him, look mate, I've just got to answer this email, I've just got to do this quick video, and the girls are around and that's fine, they're happy. But in a minute we are going to go and meet up with Stacey and Alfie, and we're having a day out with them. And he's like, okay, that's great, and he'll go and sit nicely and do that. So that's fine. It doesn't quite work so well when you've got a 2-year-old, because they don't understand. So fit in the pockets, that's why I've got to kind of have 2 approaches to the way that I do it. So you can tailor it. If you've just got older children, then this approach will work well with them as well as the planning for yourself. If you've just got little ones and the school holidays aren't a massive thing for you, then it's the planning and getting really clear on when you can work, and as well as that, knowing what you need to do when you've got that time, because it's precious, absolutely precious. And you've got baby brain, I know this one well. So when you come to sit down at night time and you're absolutely beat, but you know you need to do something to work, or else you're going to feel bad that you haven't, you'll be clear on what you can do. And I always think, right, okay, I've just got to do this one thing, just got to send this email, I've just got to write this email, I've just got to do this one thing, and then I can shut off and switch off and I feel good. Whereas otherwise I can sit there and be like frustrated and stressed, knowing I've got all this stuff to do but not clear about what I'm doing and getting nothing done, and it's totally unproductive, and then feeling bad. So I will put the PDFs for all of these below this video. If you I'll put them into an email that I can send you, so if you click on the link you'll be able to register for that, and then you can get them, I'll email them to you. So I hope you find this useful. Let me know how you get on, and have a great summer. And if it's not just for the summer, that you can use this all year round. It's really, really fab. So have a great day, and I'll see you soon. Bye bye.